Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Indriana Putri Marianingrum, and I'd like to share my material about gender and age in EFL context in sociolinguistic framework. Okay, in sociolinguistic and other social science, gender refers to sexual identity in relation to culture and society. The ways in which words are used can both reflect and reinforce social attitude toward gender, and it can be refers to age identity in relation EFL context, especially in Indonesia. The first material is about gender in EFL context in sociolinguistic framework. The linguistic feature which differ in the speech of women and men context EFL social, and there are usually features which also distinguish the speech of people from different social class. In the context of EFL sociolinguistics, women generally use more standard grammatical forms than men correspondingly, and men use more vernacular form than women. In Detroit, for instance, multiple negation, a vernacular in social context where feature of speech is more frequent in men's speech rather than in women's. Okay, in several studies, at age 9, boys and girls perform equally well on vocabulary measure, and at age 10, gender predominance in vocabulary turnover. However, other studies have shown sweetened gains for girl vocabulary through the 10th grade. Beyond the vocabulary, difference may persist. For example, elementary school age, girls perform higher than boys in storytelling assignment. In some studies, girls also outperform boys in their use of social language. Next material is about age in EFL context in sociolinguistic. The relation between language and age can be broken down into several parts. First, there is the concept that group of people of different age will occur and use language in different ways. Then there's the link between age and how a person use of language develop over time. Age rating refer to how behavior and language habit tend to predictable repeat over generation. This behavior is generally restricted to a certain age period that appears over several generations and does not continue beyond a certain age period. Okay, next is comparison of language use based on age distribution. The first is the age for teenager. Teenager from a cave group when tracking language use across age, and there are many different features that occur frequently in adolescent speech that may be less common in other group. And the next is children. They may make up their own word or even their own language among their friends. And naturally, their pronunciation of word may not be as clear as that of older generation. Children also use language to communicate their needs so that the adult around them can provide effective assistance. And then is mature. They can use language with more purpose and autonomy than younger people. Adults also tend to show more morphological awareness than younger generation. So the conclusion from this material is, but some research result also state that in between male and female students, it did not show any very basic and significant difference in using language learning. Both male and female students use language learning strategies in the same way, frequency Y, and this oversight was also found related to age and language use learning strategies in the context of EFL in social context in the use of language learning strategies in different ways that studies in the EFL categories tend to use. Finally, based from this conclusion is it can be concluded strongly that the dominant factor can influence the most basic difference is not only gender but age, which has an important role in the difference in social context in EFL. Okay, maybe that's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.